guys, we're back!
Part 3! The last part. The finale. Like, oh my god.
I'm gonna be sad this is ending.
I know. Like, I was really disappointed
I'm
when
sure
I
our
had to
viewers
read
will be
a
too.
book for school. But then I was like, oh my god.
It's like good.
It's like a movie that you direct in your head.
I didn't know that words can do that.
I know. It's like so creative.
Like, who would have ever thought?
I know. Like, Eric Larson, you are a genius.
A pure genius.
I know. Like, you're amazing.
Alright, so for some of the talking points that I had, like, my favorite wife of Holmes was Emmeline.
Oh my god, I loved her.
She was so sweet and innocent.
And then, you know what really killed me? At first, she was like, oh my god, Holmes, he's amazing. I love him and trust him.
Annoyed me.
Yeah, and then, after people, like, warned her, she was still like, oh my god, I love him. What are you talking about? But then, like, at the very end, she was all like, I don't trust him anymore. I'm getting out. But then he was all, no, I'm killing you. And I was like, no!
It was when she actually, like, used her own head for once. Like, I can't even do that for, like, a lot of projects.
I know, like, I have this really smart guy in my bio class that helps me with, like, everything, and I would, like, be failing that if it weren't for him.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm getting a C+, so it's all good.
Go, girl!
I know! Okay.
Who is your favorite wife?
I don't know. He had so many.
Yeah.
It, like, hurts my brain. But Emmeline was definitely, like, amazing.
She was, like, up there.
But, like, I think if I had to pick a least favorite, it would be, like, Minnie. Because, like, she knew he was way out of her league, and yet she trusted him and didn't even once doubt that he was using her. And then she got her sister involved, so both of them got killed.
Yeah.
Ew.
Like, no, honey. She's like the nerd who goes out with the jock. It just doesn't happen.
I know. Like, it's called social standings.
Yeah.
Ugh. I
my
hate
God.
those people.
I know. You know who
Like,
I also
stay in
hate?
your own spots. Like, it's so...
Olmsted. Oh my god, talk about
Yeah,
something other
that
than grass.
actually was one of my talking points. Like, I wanted to talk
Oh my
about...
god, so is mine. Telepathic.
Okay. What I thought about Olmsted was that, like, this old dude is just freaking out over grass. I'm like, dude, I know eventually you're gonna be part of the grass, but, like, that's not for a while.
Like, right? And, like, then he started going crazy.
Like, cuckoo ka-choo.
Like, he had to go to an asylum.
Yeah, and then he was all, I'm gonna go on vacation like 20 times because I'm really ill, and he kept getting ill, and I'm like, dude, stop saying the word
Just,
ill.
like, resign already. Like, go away.
I know, like, you have, like, 10 guys who are doing this, like, landscaping thing. You don't need to be there.
Yeah, and we especially don't want to listen about grass. 4 paragraphs
I know,
about
like,
grass.
why can't
and,
you put
like,
some
every
flowers in there?
chapter.
And he was all like, no, I hate flowers. I'm like, dude, you deal with landscape. You gotta have some flowers.
Yeah, it's, like, so depressing. Like how do you not have flowers? You obviously need color. Obviously.
Yeah, color. Like this kind of color, and like that kind of color, and like that kind of color.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
You know what also irritated me about the fair? When they constantly talked about architecture.
Oh my god, like, yeah, like, oh my god, that,
Like-
was, like, my 4th thing I wanted to talk about. Cause, like, dude,
Like, pictures.
care.
We like pictures.
yeah, like,
We usually read
this is a
picture
good
books.
picture. Good picture. I like this picture.
Yeah, picture books.
I don't like the words. The words are really, really annoying.
Yeah, we're more of a picture kind of people.
Yeah, like, I love pictures.
I don't want to
Pictures
hear
are
about
nice.
columns and building designs. No, we don't understand
No,
that.
I've never had. And
I
I'm
mean,
like,
we're
oh, yeah.
pretty smart. Like, we're pretty.
We're genius.
Yeah.
Like,
And,
my
we don't
IQ
get it.
is like 0.5, and that's
Whoa.
like impressive.
Like, how? Like, if we can't understand, then how can anybody else?
I know, like, dude, you're talking about these pillars and stuff, and like, I don't have like education in like buildings.
Like, right? Like, no, I just make other people do that work in that, like, semester class for me.
Duh.
Yeah.
Anywho, I wanted to talk about something that we already lightly touched, which was the fact that Holmes, like, said he was calling himself, like, the devil at the end. Like, what did you think about that?
Like, oh my god. Like, that is so
like, not oh my god,
creepy.
like, oh my Satan.
Yeah.
Like, ew.
Like, he was trying to write a book, trying to convince everybody how he was innocent. Saying that you're morphing into the devil is, no, that's
Yeah.
not doing anything
He
for
was
your
all
image.
like saying that his face was like elongating. I'm like, for one thing, ew. And for, like, another thing, dude, nobody's gonna, like, trust you or think you're charming if they think that you're out to, like, put them in, you know, H-E, double hockey sticks. Ooh, ooh. Okay. So, like, did you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
Like, I didn't get, like, all the people. Like, we kind of talked about this before, but, like, they would, like, always introduce people. Like, and they didn't have anything to do on the story.
And I'm like, dude, I already have so many people in my head. Like, just with the architects alone, that my head is hurting.
I know, right? Like, I mean, usually I keep pretty good track of people, but these people didn't do anything.
Like, my social calendar is filled up, like, the wazoo. And, like, my contact list is, like, super, super long. And so I'm good, like, at keeping people straight. Like, I can see people for, like, more than a week
like,
and still know who they are.
Because they do, like, things that are, like, actually cool. Well, these people did, like, nothing. They just sat there and complained. And, oh, like, my gosh, get a new hobby.
What?
Get a new hobby.
Yeah. They were all like, we don't have enough time. We don't have enough money. And I'm like, you know what? I don't have enough time or money to buy enough clothes to fill my closet, but, you know, I do it anyway. I figure it out.
We use mommy's credit card.
Yeah. Shh, don't tell her about that. Okay.
But one thing that the author really did good was I liked his voice. Like, I felt like I was talking to him.
You could hear him?
Yeah, it was like he was in my head like Jesus.
Oh. That's amazing. Like, I thought I was the only one, like, that I was going crazy.
It was like, wow, like, these are, like, some really cool facts, but, like, it didn't sound like facts. It sounded like he was talking to me and, like, totally just enticing
like our our chicklet book.
I know, it was like, LOL hashtag.
Yeah. Okay. Well, like, something I wanted to talk about is, like, the women's group. Ew, like, boo everybody, boo.
Boo you.
And I know, like, it's the women's group. Like, I'm, like, totally pro-feministic, but I'm like, dude.
We don't need a man.
Like, never. Anyway, but, like, I couldn't understand, because, like, why are you guys trying to get involved in everything that don't have to do with girls? And, like, everything that did have to do with girls, they were all like, we need 110% control of this. And, like, this woman was building a building, and they were all like, you need to put this stuff in. And she was like, no, that conflicts with my design. And they were like, no, you have to put it in. And I was like, what are you doing? Her design is beautiful.
I hate when that happens.
I know, like, when you're designing a shirt and your mom tells you that it's too many bows, I'm like, no,
How could you ever,
no.
Like, no, there's never too many bows.
Look at her bow, I love this bow.
Uh-oh.
It's a beautiful bow.
It's falling out. Uh-oh.
Yeah, but, like, and then I have these two bows, and I have, like, 20 other bows, and bows are awesome. And it was like these people were telling her that instead of putting bows, they had to put ruffles. And I'm like, if you don't want to put ruffles, you shouldn't have to put
like
ruffles.
Ruffles and lace. Like,
no, that's not a good combination.
But like some of the stuff was okay. Like, but sparkle, like, sparkles are good. But,
Sparkles and bows are good.
Yeah.
But ruffles and bow aren't good. And I'm like, dude, just let her keep her bows.
Yeah. They're so controlling. Like,
I know.
Give the designers space, bro.
I know.
Give them space.
Women in, like, that time period were, like, obviously really crazy. And they thought, like, they knew way more than they didn't. And I'm like, that's totally different from now.
And, like, they, like, didn't have, like, any rights. Like, oh my god, so what made them think that they could do that? That is totally not their turf.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you want to talk about before we end this week's episode?
No.
Really?
Well, I don't know. Maybe there's, like, this totally hot guy.
Okay, can I see?
Like...
I really like Ned. Like, he was a sweetheart, but then his wife, like, dumped him to go with Combs, and then, like, she died. And I was like, oh, honey.
Uh-oh.
And her daughter died, too. Her daughter's name was, like, Pearl, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, poor Pearl.
Yeah,
but I'm like, Ned,
so
you're amazing.
Yeah.
Good job getting yourself out of there.
I mean, like, I wish, part of me, like, really wants me, like, to just go back then so I could just marry him.
Yes?
Yes.
No! You have a boyfriend, remember?
Ew!
I want Ned!
Ew, so I totally dump him for Ned.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, Ned.
Ned.
Okay, well, I guess that concludes this week's episode.